Kia ora tamariki mā, and welcome back to The Word. I wonder if you know anyone who seems to live their life like one epic journey. Well, in the Bible, there's a guy named Moses whose whole life looked like it was full of adventure. Some parts of his journey look totally awesome, and other parts were really hard and sometimes even scary. So from as far back as when Moses was a baby, epic stuff was happening in his life. Moses was part of God's family, the Israelites, who were slaves living in Egypt. Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt, decided that to stop God's family getting any bigger, he would work them really, really hard and kill all of the baby boys. Moses' mum was like, "Nuh-uh, nope, not my boy." She came up with a plan to save him. Moses' family lived next to the massive Nile River, so his mum made a special waterproof basket and put Moses inside and set him afloat on the river. I wonder if she knew that there were crocodiles in there. Anyway, God protected Moses and he floated down the river until his basket came to rest beside the Egyptian palace, and Pharaoh's own daughter found him and decided to adopt him and raise him as her own son. Imagine that! Now Moses would grow up as a prince living in a palace. But as he grew up, he always knew that he was different. He saw how the Israelites were being treated and it made him so sad. Then it made him mad, and then he made a really, really bad choice. And because of that, he ran away and spent the next 40 years hiding in the desert. Eventually, God came to Moses and spoke to him from a burning bush and reminded him that he was part of a much bigger plan, and now was the time for him to go home and help set his family free. Moses wasn't super keen, and he made up lots of excuses for why he couldn't do what God needed him to do. "I'm no one special. They won't listen to me." And God was like, "I'll be with you every step of the way." Then Moses was like, "But I find it really hard to talk in front of people. My words get all muddled up." And God was like, "I'll help you. You just have to trust me. In fact, you can take your brother along and he can help with the talking." So Moses listened to God and headed back to Egypt to talk to Pharaoh. "Let my people go," he said. And Pharaoh was like, nope. This happened 7 times, and each time God told Moses to stretch out his special walking staff. And when he did, God performed some pretty wacky miracles, like sending swarms of bugs and frogs to cover the entire land to show Pharaoh and the Egyptian people that he was serious. But they were really slow to listen. Eventually, Pharaoh got it and told Moses, "Just go." And Moses and the Israelites were like, "Well, okay then." But no sooner had they left, and he changed his mind and he sent his army to chase them down and bring them back. But again, God worked a miracle, and the Israelites stood with the Red Sea before them and the Egyptian army behind them. It looked like they were trapped. They had nowhere to go, but God had a plan to save them. He told Moses to reach out his walking staff again over the water, and as he did, God parted the sea right down the middle so his people could escape. The people celebrated their freedom as they moved towards the land that God had promised them. Miriam, Moses' sister, started singing and thanking God by playing her tambourine, and all of the women and the girls, well, they followed her. They celebrated their freedom together as a family, a really, really big family. God showed them which way to go by putting a massive cloud that moved forward in the sky for them during the day, and at night they followed a big ball of fire. God told his family what he expected of them. He gave them some values to live by, which the Bible calls the 10 Commandments. They gave everyone a really good guide on how to treat each other and how to best love and serve him. God also gave them plans to build a tabernacle, which was like a really amazing meeting house. It reminded God's people that he was always with them. This was all a part of God's rescue plan to save his people. Choosing to trust God when things are going good is really easy, right? But as lifelong followers of Jesus, he wants us to trust him with every part of our lives, the good, the hard, and the scary, knowing that he walks with us every step of our journey.